Hi everybody, hope you're all well. Yes, I've got a few emails to go through. Firstly, Vicky, William and Steve sent me this little clip that I have actually seen on X, formerly known as Twitter. It's been, yeah, it's kind of circulating. It looks like it's a little film of Danish farmers, protesting. Now I can't tell if this video is actually in Denmark. It's very difficult to tell, but if you as it's sort of the person's walking along, on the right are English speaking signs, no farmers, what is it, what's the sign, no farmers no food. I can't remember the exact it's just gone from my head, but on the left looks like there's signs painted in red that might be in Danish, but it's just the camera's not on there quick enough, so I can't verify if it's actually in Denmark. But if you watch it and it pans over to the left, they do look like they're in a different language, because you'd think if it was a Danish protest, all the signage would be in Danish. You know, I don't know. I would assume so. It's difficult to tell whether that's the case. I mean, obviously it's a protest about the farming industries, the attack on it, and it's happening everywhere in the EU and in the UK as well. Whether it's specifically about BOVAER there, but we do know in Denmark, Danish farmers are forced to use BOVAER if they're not organic, and if they don't use it, they'll be fined. And there must be no smoke without fire. If there's any Danish people that watch this, let me know. Danish farmers, are your cows suffering? Because let's not forget there's that university study in Denmark, that is 3-year thing, looking at the impact of BOVAER on cow welfare. They wouldn't be doing that if they didn't think that there was an issue with how it could be hurting cows in some form. If you change the inside of an animal's stomach, then there must be repercussions chemically, you know, just so it's burps less. Going on from that though, Danish cows and British cows must be different from German cows, because another Steve, you sent me this thing about, it is a kind of, it's a farming forum. It links to a German. So someone said in this forum, German cows clearly belch a different sort of methane from Danish and UK cows. Question is, whose science will win the day after the merger? And it gives a link. I will put this link in the description, but you'll see a sort of a snippet of what it's saying. So, apropos methane, ruminants such as cows are more efficient and environmentally friendly than is often assumed. Although their methane emissions are unavoidable, they depend on feed efficiency. Cows transform grass and crop residues into milk, and in doing so contribute to food production, whereby their CO2 footprint is small compared to the protein they deliver. In Germany, the methane emissions from farming with livestock account for only 3.2% of greenhouse gas emissions, and methane breaks down quickly in the atmosphere. Dairy cows play a crucial role in the cultivated landscape, biodiversity and the sustainable preservation of resources, and milk holds a key position in the food cycle of the future. I mean, if that doesn't say actually cows aren't the terrible environmental crisis that there is bandied about in the UK and in Danish and other countries, what they are, what countries that are. Because they do say, BOVAER's been used in 65 countries. I do know it's been used in other countries. It's just what those countries are, who knows. So that link is from March 2025, so it's really recent, and it's a pilot project who they're testing innovative climate measures to help their farmers reduce CO2 emissions and protect the environment. And they're the ones that have said that about that. How German cows are actually quite energy efficient, don't contribute to the methane thing as much as, I mean, it's all just nut zero, you know. But that's interesting, because obviously how come their cows why are our cows supposedly worse than theirs? You know, it's just nuts. I mean, they're aiming to be net zero. That's what their gain is. It's they're sold in that direction. But as long as they don't feed their cows BOVAER, They can do all sorts of things, regenerative farming, depending on what type of crops they grow, how they use their equipment, all that kind of stuff. If that's what they want to do, go for it. But just don't feed a chemical additive to cows and other, maybe this might be pushed out to BOVAER, to other animals like goats. I mean, you know, who doesn't belch or burp or fart, for God's sake? Do you know what I mean? There is in Dowry, Ayrshire, there's I think it's being built as we speak, or is it even finished? I don't actually know. If anyone knows, it's a BOVAER producing factory. So obviously they're really going hardcore into making this available as a commercial product. Whether it'll be forced on UK farmers, I really hope not, because let's hope we don't go down a Danish route. Although, you know, with there's certain people in charge at the moment, it's a massive possibility. Right, let's go to the next email. Oh my God, thanks Steve for sending me that. Oh, Geraldine sent me an email. You're based in Northern Ireland, Geraldine, and you said you were really stuck at the weekend needing quite a lot of double cream. And so anyone who's in Northern Ireland, this might be interesting to you. So you said, I'm going to read it. I said, I know our Dale Farm dairy producer, Dramona Butter and Cheese, doesn't use milk from farms using BOVAER. That's true. They've double confirmed that with me, because there was a little bit of a wobbly moment where, you know, that it was a bit unsure, but they've actually categorically said they don't use BOVAER. So you said doesn't use milk from farms using BOVAER, but I just assumed that all the Tesco own brand cream was Arla. However, I was amazed to see that here in Northern Ireland it is Dale Farm who supplies Tesco Northern Ireland cream. The Dale Farm logo is even on the Tesco own brand cream tubs too. Just thought I'd let you know. Thanks, Geraldine. So anyone in Northern Ireland, check out, I don't know whether other supermarkets, but Tesco at the moment, if you're after double cream, it's BOVAER free. So that's great. That really is great, because that cream is difficult. I'm finding the only cream I can get if I need it, and I don't need it that often. I mean, come Christmas, I'll be needing it. But you know, maybe if I wanted to make a cake or scones or anything like that, it's organic cream is the only option I really have. So Dale Farm, come and bring your cream over to us too. Thanks, Geraldine. That's brilliant. And then Susan, you sent me this thing, and I don't know about anyone else, but edible insects this is about. So I have been keeping a really close eye on this, and basically in the UK, edible insects, they're not being added to our general food supply yet. Whether they will in the future, I don't actually know. But at the moment, they're not being added to our food supply. That's really important. They really aren't. I mean, all right, so there's that E120. That's the only one that's been used for years. Niche-wise, so there are about 4 producers in the UK who produce edible insects. They do sell them online, so people can buy them. Cricket flower, all that kind of stuff, mealworm, you know, all that. But the one industry where it's kind of being pushed and being brought forward and is the pet industry, so that they can use edible insects in pet food. So Susan, you sent me this. You sent me this, and you said you were, you know, I think it's being sold online only though. It's not in the shops basically. But anyone else, I'll put a picture of it up here. If you've spotted it in a shop, let me know. I personally haven't got I've got Rosie, my Labrador. I wouldn't feed her this. I wouldn't feed her this at all. I just, no. I mean, I just think insects, the sort of the chitin, which is hard to digest for humans. Can't imagine it's going to be that much easier for dogs or animals generally. Cats, maybe. I don't know. It's just, but it's coming one way or the other, and it's in pet food, or this particular pet food. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. Personally, I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. I just think it's all quite. But then, maybe pet food, it might be all right. But it's just, I don't know. It's kind of, I'd know I wouldn't buy it for Rosie. That's for sure. Oh, it's called Wilson's Cold Pressed Dog Food. It's expensive. Wow. I do love it because it says gently pressed, complete food made from natural ingredients. Well, yeah, I guess insects are natural. 2 kilograms cost £17. Wow. With black soldier fly, yellow pea and apple. Sounds delicious. Let's just have a look at the reviews. I mean, there's lots of, it's got oh, it does have a few 5-star reviews, but I'm always very dubious about Amazon reviews. I get occasional emails asking me would I review stuff, and if I give it a positive review, I get to keep it. That is essentially what a lot of Amazon reviews are. So the only real review is one that's not positive, I almost think. So this a review from Claire that was reviewed last year, actually. This one, dog spits it out. We currently use Grub Club insect-based dog food. Thought I'd get some of this for some variety. Dog actually picks it out and throws it out of his bowl, so it's a no from him. Yeah, so there we have it. Let me know what you think about insect pet food. Oh, there is a final thing. Arla have answered. They have told me what they're actually going to be doing. Thank you, Susan, for that as well, by the way. Really brilliant. Arla. they emailed me finally. I'll put a little screenshot of it up here. Hi, Kerry. Thanks for contacting Arla. Oh, there is one more thing after this, actually. So let's just press on with this. Thank you for your question. Once all farms have concluded, that's with the BOVAER trials, we will take some time to analyse the findings of all the project. We hope this answers your questions. We have now given all the information we have around this topic and therefore won't be providing any further response. If you do have any other queries on BOVAER, you can contact DSM. So I doubt they'll get anything out of them anymore, so I'll leave them be. But I mean, it's fairly obvious, isn't it? They're going to analyse their findings and probably, I don't know, it'll be really interesting to see if they carry on using it. So that is one we will be watching. And then there was Freshways. Has everyone noticed Freshways? They're no longer putting their yellow bar. I'll put a picture up here. I quite like that. I don't know how anyone else thinks, but if any of you feel that they should resume the yellow bar on it, I thought it was a great thing to do. Oh yeah, Steve, another Steve. I've had a lot of Steves on this one. They're not the same Steves. Thanks, Steve, for this. You noticed the other day that they'd removed the no additive bit from their label, and you emailed them. And from your email, I emailed them too. So if any of you fancy emailing Freshways, if you've got a spare 5 minutes to say, oh, could you resume it, or you'd really like it to see it resumed, if you want to, I think it's well worth a go, because it sends a message. I mean, they're still not. They said to Steve that they're absolutely not using BOVAER, so it's still a BOVAER free option. Personally, I buy Pains because it's just, I always get a reduced whole milk for my yogurt making, and that's from B&M. But Freshways is equally, and that's also available in Iceland as well. And also that goes with my printables. So I've got 5 printables: yogurt, cream, butter, milk, cheese, all done. If you like a copy, all you've got to do is email me, and then you can print them up. And once you're familiar with what was BOVAER free, 100%, it's brilliant. It's like I was in Home Bargains buying my Collier's. It's 500 grams for £2.99. It's extremely brilliant for families if you're on a budget. It's probably the best priced cheese out there, and it's BOVAER free. And I'm happy to meet Terry. Terry, it was absolutely lovely meeting you in Home Bargains yesterday. Thanks for the lovely chat. And if any of you see me out there, say hello. I absolutely would love to say hello back and have a little chat with you. It's so nice. It really is. It really perked me up for the rest of the day, I have to say. So thanks, Terry. It was blooming lovely. It really was. Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Steve, for this. Yeah, we'll let's ask Freshways, resume your yellow banner, please. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate your emails. Please keep them coming. We will keep our eye on the BOVAER, edible insects, and anything else that you come across. 100%. It's all related. It's all about food. Yeah, and I've got some recipes planned. Etc for coming. It's been Easter. It's difficult over Easter. The boys have been off, so my kind of like usual time zone clock has been out of sync. It's sort of more family orientated rather than they're at school. I can kind of crack on with stuff. So I hope you all have a lovely Easter, because this is going out tonight. Easter weekend, or you know, some extra bank holidays and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna, you know, and I hope the weather, I hope the sun shines. It's absolutely lovely right now. Thank you so much, and I'm going to leave you with this last clip, right? Because I get a lot of people emailing me asking to collaborate and all that kind of stuff. I ignore 99.9% of them. I won't be doing this one. It's on there now. I'm not even going to read it out because it's absolutely. Couldn't you read it? How could I put that on my channel? I just, you know, no way. That would be. Oh, I just. It was so funny. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, everybody, thanks so much. Take care. See you on the next one.